Hi, in this screencast, I'm just going to show you some really quick ways to edit your page and add some different features to it. So because you should have full permissions of this page, when you go to the page, you should see in the top right corner underneath your name this little edit button. When you click that, it opens up the editor and you have this formatting bar where you can tweak things and insert things. Then you have all of your elements down here. First thing I'll show you is this text layout button, which you can use to change the layout of the page. Right now I have it as 2 columns with a header, but you can change it to any of these depending on how you want your information to be displayed. Within each of these boxes, you can simply type in whatever you'd like to have on the page, or you can insert things, which I'll show you a little bit more about in a second. So right now I'm just going to type in a welcome message for this page. I just go ahead and type it in there. Welcome to the 6th Form Book Club. This is a student-facing page that we're trying out right now. So then I can format this text however I want. I'm going to make it a heading so it's nice and big, and I have my welcome message there. Anytime you make a change to your page, the way to save your changes is to just click this Save button where the edit button used to be, and then it will make your page look the way that you just tweaked it. So now I'm going to show you how to add apps to your page, which are different features like this newsfeed or this document app that do different things. So feel free to explore among the apps and decide what's best for your page, but I'm just going to show a few apps that are particularly applicable to this book club page right now. Excuse me. So you go to this gear up here to add an app, click add an app, and then you should be given a list of options. Again, feel free to explore through these and find which ones might work best for your page. You can see that you can click on to more. For this page right now, I'm going to add a discussion board. So a discussion board is different than a newsfeed because it will be a more organized way to discuss, in that a person presents a question and then contributors can respond to that specific question rather than just sort of a running conversation of a newsfeed. So anytime you add an app, it will ask you to name it. So I'm just going to name this book club discussion board. You can see I've played around with this before. And then just click create. It will take you to your site contents, and you'll see that now I have this book club discussion board as part of this site. So now I go back to the page itself. I'm just going to click here to go back, and then to actually add the app to the page, to insert it into the page. It's been added to my contents, but now I need to insert it into the page. I click the edit button again, and then I'm just going to choose the place I'd like to put that app. So I'm going to put the discussion board just here right under the newsfeed. Then I click on insert up here, and as a side note, this is where you'd find a place to maybe insert a picture if you wanted just an image on your page, or an embed code if you have a video that you want to embed, or a link that you want to add to some certain text. That's where you'd find those types of tools in this insert tab. But right now I'm going to insert that app that I just added to the page. So I see that it's here. When I click app part, anything that you've added should show up in this list. And then I just click add, and it will think for a little bit, and then boom, there's my discussion board. I'll go through one more app because I know there's at least one more that's applicable to this page. Let's put it over here on the right side column. So again, I go to the gear, I go to add an app. Oh, you know what? I'm going to actually click, make sure that I've saved this. Okay, it took me to add an app. I want to make sure that that page is saved though, so I'm going to go back, we'll double check. So another app that I know will be applicable to a lot of ArcNet pages, and is specifically to this book club page, is a calendar. So I'm going to click on calendar from my list of apps, and we name this one Book Club Calendar, and create it. And then again, you'll see that it showed up in my site contents right here. So I'm going to go back to the page. I'm hoping that that discussion board is still there, but I didn't save, so maybe this is a good, yes, this is a good example in this screencast. So you should always save before moving on. So we'll just add both of the apps now. So I click Edit, and I'm going to add that discussion board again because it disappeared because I didn't save it. My bad. So Insert, App Part, Discussion Board, Add. And then I'm going to add over here, Insert, App Part, and the calendar. Add. So now I have these two extra elements on my page, and this time I'm going to remember to click Save to keep the page the way that I've edited it. So now you can see that those things have been added, so pretty easy. A couple of things. When something is added more than once, it's kind of this annoying thing in SharePoint that it will add that to there, which is just a good opportunity for me to share how to change the name of an app if you decide to. So again, I'm going to click Edit. And then each little app will have this drop-down menu like this. And you can click Edit Web Part. And again, you can sort of explore around in these different options, but for now I'll just show you if you go to Appearance, you can change the name here, and just because I don't want it to have that little 2 there, I'm going to change it to Book Club, Discussion Board, exclamation point, because I'm excited about it. And then you can see that you can change the height and width and things like that as well in this. And then I just click OK, and the name of the app will be adjusted. One other thing that I want to show you in this quick overview, so I'm going to save again, is that there are different views for a lot of these apps. So for example, the Book Club calendar, if I click on it, it will fill the whole page, and you'll see that it's a grid of every day of the month in a calendar form. Maybe though I only have a few events, so I don't want an entire calendar. I want that to look a little bit different. So I'll show you that there is a way to change that view. The way that I would do that is, again, click Edit. And then again, go to this tiny little drop down here. I'm going to click Edit Web Part. And then under Selected View, this calendar app has several different views that I can choose from. For this page, I'm going to choose all events instead of calendar. And say, okay, I agree. Then you'll see that it just looks a little bit different, which is more suitable to the type of events for this page, where it's just going to now be a list of events rather than an entire grid calendar. So those are just a couple of ways that you can edit the apps once they're on your page. So I'm saving again, and then I'm just going to show you that you just add, you come right here into the page to add an event or start a discussion, or on the newsfeed you can just start typing right in here to start the conversation on the newsfeed. To put in documents, you can click Upload and choose it from your hard drive, or you can sync with OneDrive, and I can help with that if needed. And also, as you can see here, you can just drag files right there and they'll upload to your documents. So that is just a quick overview of some ways that you can play around with this page. So I actually was just thinking that I want to add one more app, just because I know that it's something that was desired on this specific Sixth Form Book Club page. So I'm going to add that while I have a few more minutes on the screencast. So if you go to, again, the wheel, click Add an App, the one that we had talked about in a meeting about this specific page is a survey. So I'm going to find that app in this library of apps right here. And I'm going to call this survey, how about like put in your vote, to make it a little more fun. Click Create. Then you'll see it here. Go back to the page. And then I'm going to insert, so edit, and then insert, and then app part again. Let's find the put in your vote survey. I just realized that I didn't put my cursor in the right spot, so it's going to show up at the top. So I want to move that down. Usually you can just grab it and move it down. But for today, I'm just going to quickly fix this. I'm just going to put the cursor in the right place. I actually want it to show up here. This is a good screencast. It's like trial and error. And then I'm just going to go ahead and insert it again in the right spot where I want it to show up on the page. And so then again, we have that same issue where it's going to put the number in brackets, and you can just change that by doing this little drop down and editing the name. But then the survey exists here on the page. So I know that was one other thing that we're interested in having on this specific page. So again, whenever you're finished editing, just click the save button, and then I encourage you to just go into each of these little apps and add things to them and play around with the different options, and let me know if you have any questions. Okay, that's a quick run through. Have a good day.